Good evening, Dandadan fans. It's a terrible day for rain.
Tell me about it.
I like the rain
umbrella. When the anime comes for this season, I'm gonna have an umbrella all the time, every reaction for the episode.
Imagine they get the voice actor for Mustang to be the cop.
Wow. Let me write that down.
I'm just saying. Put me on the production crew. I'd love to make this the best that it could be. But yeah. So this is part 2 of volume 18. We did part 1, which was the first 5 chapters of the volume a couple days ago. So check that out on the channel if you're interested. Vontae and I both know that this is the Zuma backstory portion of the volume. It involves a younger brother that has passed away and is referred to as Brella Boy. And the cop that we were just referring to, jokingly, has some sort of connection. So it looked like it was storming in the background. There was some sort of maybe river overflow. His younger brother probably died, had an umbrella. Might have actually got pulled away by it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep, that's what I was saying. I think that's exactly what happened. It's very much like a child to do something like that, obviously. And probably, I mean, I'm looking at this first page right here. I couldn't dodge this right
I'm not looking at
face.
it.
But just without spoiling you, I'll just say the umbrella might have some kind of meaning to it. So.
Okay. I mean, that is literally his yokai name, so I would not be surprised. But yeah, so we're also going to read one more chapter. So chapter 157 as well. That will be an additional chapter we'll get to tonight. And then for those of you who are new here, we will normally be doing most chapters alternate. So one of us will react to it while the other one is off camera, but following along with their own version. But tonight, just like on Sunday, we will be doing dual reactions to all 5 chapters. So you'll get authentic on-camera reaction from both of us, while the other one's in another room.
Yo, what's up, Sherm? What's up, man?
Welcome. Yeah, you can't miss this. Look, guys, I'm just gonna preface this reaction. I will be crying tonight. I will get choked up. I will not be able to talk straight. This is one of my triggers. This is, I know, one of Vontae's triggers as well. Welcome, Manu.
Welcome.
It's not going to be a fun time. If you enjoy seeing our pain, it might be fun for you, but this first time experience is not going to be fun for us.
I enjoy your pain. It's not cool. Yeah, well, before we even start, once again, guys, like the stream, subscribe to your boys. If you are new here today, we're going to be caught up in a few weeks. So once we're all caught up, we'll be switching to Monday drops at 8 p.m. Eastern, which obviously that's the day that the chapters drop. So we will be here every week. It seems like we're in a good spot catching up right now with Dandadan. Like, there's a lot of discourse going around. Both of us had to dodge spoilers or just kind of take it on the chin or whatever. But we're in a good spot. We got another person in the stream, Dandadan. Yes, we don't care.
I'm pretty sure I saw you like my tweet on Twitter, so if that's how you found the stream, welcome. I am trying to be a bit more social on, Twitter, Blue Sky a little bit, but yeah, welcome to the channel if you're new. Hope you enjoy. We just got done kind of giving the format of how this channel works, so dual reaction type of channel. You will get a dual reaction to each of the 5 chapters tonight. So, hope you like it.
Sir. You know, with me, like, I try not to interact because I don't want to get spoiled. I've had a lot of close calls when I was doing manga reactions on my channel.
I get it. It's a part of the double-edged sword. I'm accepting it. It's fine.
Well, with us, it's like, we at least try to, whether it's like indirectly or directly, we at least try to have one of us be mostly blind and stuff, just so you can get a good reaction out of us. And me still can, obviously, if we still don't have context, but that's just my, my philosophy on that.
Yeah, it's also the conversations that we have, so it's not just going to be the reaction for either tonight's live stream or just in general. We do tend to have, I would say, pretty in-depth conversations compared to most YouTubers or streamers in general. So with that being said, I am going to take over first today. So what Vontae's gonna do, gonna take off his mic, gonna take off his camera. I am gonna blind react to the first chapter of tonight, which is gonna be chapter 153. And yeah, we are ready for pain. All right, chapter 153. It is titled Unji Zuma. All right, that looks like a father that passed away and a widowed mother of these two boys. An umbrella. He's covering his ears. Okay, some sort of legal proceeding. He was clearly overworked. Wasn't it rather his own negligence? He was the one who said he wanted to work overtime. He had been servicing the moped on a regular basis. A man has died, and you're trying to shift the blame on him? So Zuma trying to preserve the innocence of his younger brother, very commendable. I swear I'll be able to pay next month. That's all you ever say. Enough already. I want you out. But I have children. That's got nothing to do with me. You chose to have them. You see the scribbles on the wall, on the panels of the cabinets. All right, and it's sort of in the background. Aniki, can you fly through the sky with an umbrella? Dunno. Okay, this is a very... Why would you kick the boy in the back? That's just rude. He was so happy. Zuma, you're such a weirdo. Always with your rubber boots and umbrella. He is bleeding from his head. It's not even raining, you know. Cannot be bothered. This is a little cinnamon roll. Hey, let me have that for a second. Here comes the kick to the face. All right. Aniki, you jealous of my umbrella? Oh, he is so attached to that thing. It is a thunderstorm. Gets blown away. He looks at it in the sky. Zuma's running. Ugh. Just like that. The mom. And the one little boot. That is insane. Oh no, is this the backstory that I know? Oh, I'm looking at page 14. I think I know of a backstory, guys. If it's this one, prepare myself. They're going to an amusement park. What I think she might be doing is that she might be giving him the best last day on Earth before my spoiler backstory. All right, eating ice cream, smiling, fireworks, he's smiling. Page 18, this is what I've been spoiled on. Didn't know the character, I thought it was for a younger girl. Jesus Christ. And he just barely got away from her grip as she dies. That's what we're doing, Tatsu? That's what we're doing? Okay. You just like to see me hurt. I will get Vontae in here because I need a second to just like emotionally recover from that. I know I just read the chapter. There wasn't a lot of dialogue in there, but even still, I will give him no indication of my feelings or that I was spoiled on this, even though I didn't know who it was. So seeing her try to give him the best last day on Earth, boy. Yeah, he's been through it, Sherm. That ain't right. That ain't right. And then he's had to raise himself as like a kid on the street the whole time. ever since this moment. Like, he couldn't have been no more than 6, maybe 8 at this time. Yeah, I enjoy this series. It's just emotionally, like, heavy on my shoulders. It's like the Ombudsman, no pun intended, from the previous arc. I'm just barely keeping it together, guys. Just so you know, this is Mustang. This is me.
All right. Didn't expect that. Oh, okay, quick. You didn't even say anything. Okay, well, it's my turn, guys. I'd like to stream once again, y'all. Once again, dual react chapters. He did his blind reaction, now doing my blind reaction. I'm gonna keep on doing it. All right, let's get in. My boy Zuma got a fresh hairline. I ain't gonna lie, this shit's crisp. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, his brothers, to be honest. But so looks like father figure, probably his dad. Yeah, their dad obviously is dead. Mom grieving as they look on. They're very young when this happened. Okay, Umbrella literally on the next page. This just reminds me of episode 7 once again, with like just the storytelling without the dialogue briefly. So he's closing his brother's ears as he's playing with the umbrella. His mom, like, she's like in the office somewhere. She's trying to get a job or something. He was clearly overworked, wasn't it? Wasn't it rather his own negligence? He was the one who said he wanted to work overtime. He had to been servicing the moat on a regular basis. Damn, so he was overworking himself. Jeez. The man has died and you're trying to shift the blame on him? Well, meta commentary on the world, huh? This also might be, I won't go into it now, but probably after once I'm done reading it. But some of the stuff we've heard over the years over in Japan with the working situation, I swear I'll be able to pay next month. That's all you ever say. Enough already. I want you out. But I have children. That's got nothing to do with me. You chose to have them. Wow. Like, really? And I mean, that's a thing everywhere in the world, too. This, man, I like how they did that little scribble. It's like more food outside. Bro, can you fly through the sky with an umbrella? I don't know. Mary Poppins, Mary Poppins, whatever. He's enjoying his umbrella. He gets kicked down by some bullies. Wow. Zuma, you're such a weirdo. Always with your rubber boots and umbrella. It's not even raining, you know. God damn, did he start bleeding or did he just fall into the dirt? Yeah, he did bleed. Yeah, it's from his nose. God damn, he still loves his umbrella though. Hey, let me have that for a second. Sure, this is Big Bro coming in to save the day. Indeed, it is. Yep. Kicked them. They running. Bro, you jealous of my umbrella? Oh, and here is the day. I'm very certain this is the day. It's raining very hard. He has his umbrella. He's still smiling. He's holding on to the umbrella. Keep on walking. The umbrella flies away. It's in the sky. Umbrella in the sky. And it's going over to the riverbed, like I was saying. And yeah, Zuma, Unji, he's running towards him or trying to find him. And yep, got fire trucks, paramedics, and all them out there. Brother is dead. Like Twitchy said, he had pointed out how he had one boot on. He had one boot on and one was out. One foot without one. Damn. And then he's dead. So they lost a father, lost a little brother. Now it's just him and mom. And they about to get kicked out of the house. No telling what happened to the mom too, because like him being a delinquent, no telling if he's like living by himself. It seems like it, right? Because he's in that one spot with all the other orphans and stuff, so and delinquents or whatever. Damn, he's holding on to his boot, thinking about him with his umbrella, being happy. Okay, looks like they're moving or they're going somewhere. I'm loving the art in this entire. Like this, literally, is like episode 7. Like it's going to be directed very similar. Okay, they went to a carnival. They had a lot of fun eating the ice cream sundae. Immaculate art there as well, and that's funny. And not funny, but it's kind of ironic that it goes. To me, it reminded me of the whole in the game and the with all the sweets and stuff. Having a good old time, but I know it's playing some bad fireworks. Oh my god! What the 19 and 20? Wow! Did she? What the? Wow! Oh my god! Yep. I knew something bad was going to. I didn't know to that extent. It went from one side of the spectrum to the other side completely. I thought it was just that like it was gonna be fucked up, but I thought she was gonna like leave him somewhere after she had a good old nice day with him, something like that. Even though that's bad enough, but that's damn. This entire chapter is a meta commentary on life, working conditions, not having enough money for rent. Everything's going down the drain. People dying from being overworked, and people just dying in general. Innocent child dying. To this was probably the best. Damn, do I want to say that? Exposition, just this narrative alone. It's probably the best well put together chapters of the series, in my opinion. Jesus Christ. Oh, all right.
This was the backstory I got spoiled on.
Oh, okay, so it is. All right. Tatsu pulls no punches.
Go back to page 14.
Mm-hmm.
I knew on that page what this backstory was.
And he even knew something was off, and he had a good old day. That is like
she tried to give him the best day of his life for his last day.
Yes, that like it is. It reminds me of something like it.
It's like Make-A-Wish, kids.
Exactly, but like it gets deep. The fact that she's like, well, half of our family's dead. We don't got the money. We don't know what to do. And then, damn, man, that's...
So that was their dad's place of employment. Mm-hmm. She was trying to get a settlement for like a wrongful death suit. And they were, doing what companies do. They were trying to deny her just at least, your husband's dead. An employee is dead. And you're trying to cheapskate your way out of this. Atrocious. And that's just the start of the chapter. Then the visual storytelling, just like scene by scene, no text.
I really think this is the most well put together chapter of the series. I'm not lying. Like it's literally like it's like 50% dialogue, 50% just show and tell. That's how you do it when it comes to a manga. It's all about illustration and the writing, which is kind of funny. I mean, I know it's just a translator, but this is funny. No, never. But like, how can I explain? Like the way that every panel is all like from top to bottom, just straight. Every single page is just like that. One side, other side, next page, one side.
There's no liberties taken in terms of trying to divert your eye from these panels. It is literally panel, panel, panel. There's no confusion in how you read this.
Damn.
Two more points, if I can articulate myself well enough. He was so innocent, that young boy.
Very innocent. To the point that it was kind of scary. It was scary how innocent he was, because it's like, getting knowing like what he is now as a yokai, it's like, damn, he's pretty fucking consistent in terms of the theme of his character. It's kind of frightening, but he's very adorable. So Tatsu has a way of doing these things. It's second to none, man. It's up there with the GOATs.
And then my last point is the breach of trust between the mom and Zuma. How could you do that to your kid? He trusts you with everything. You're the only thing he had.
Goes into just, once again, meta commentary on mental health. Because there's people who, this is literally this entire thing of like being normal or having a good time, being positive. This is what happens when people self-delete. They have that last day, they're smiling, everything's good. Like, it's an actual thing that happens almost all the time. And then they do it. But
and you want to know what might even be even worse in the next chapter? In Japan, a form of that is train suicide. They might have to go after Zuma for damages or disruption of the train system. Oh, God. I would prefer you read the next chapter so I can have a sec. But oh my God, this is...
It is, yeah, like, what do you... It's a tough conversation when it comes to stuff like, because these things happen. Even though it might seem like, oh, no, things like this actually happen. And no telling like what her... I don't want to say I wish we got this. I think this is like honestly 10 out of 10. But it would have been, and I understand this just getting into his backstory, that's how he started it. Maybe we get more, explore it more, maybe. But I would like to have known her personality and their father's personality as well. Just knowing who they are as a person.
I get that.
Because
I think it's mainly showcased through the fact that you don't see her face in many of these panels. It's just a silhouette from the back.
Oh, it's not even that though. What I'm getting to is like, it's the whole thing of like having this fun time, this fun day. Like, I wonder if it was like, because he looked at on page 14, he was looking at her like, I wonder what kind of person she was. Was she somebody that was happy most of the time, positive, like to have fun?
I think she put on a facade.
Way different, right?
She put on a facade her whole life, and this was just too much for her.
But there would be something that would be cool if this wasn't.
Yeah, because page 16, she's not eating that sundae. That's all for him. She's just smiling. She could probably only afford one with a credit card that will probably come back over the limit next month.
You don't see her face with the fireworks. You see the silhouette of her, and then
nope,
not showing her face there, just showing Zuma or Angie, rather.
Yeah. So what I said about the train suicide is that maybe this is how the cop knows Zuma, because he was maybe called to, on scene.
probably witnesses say, "Oh, we seen the lady with this kid," and because obviously people saw that, seen him there. I wonder if she became a yokai too, because like just her eyes on page 20, like that's like the eye stuff. Once again, it's just, oh god, that would no. I mean, you know what? I think she will be. The whole resentment thing, like regrets.
She has so much resentment against this world. It's not fair. It's never been fair. Plus, you can continue Zuma's story.
Yep, and the exorcism with her and maybe Umbrella Boy, I guess, if you could free them.
I think if Zuma does survive, likely his younger brother will be paired with him until the end of the series. That would be my guess. But
even his brother, like, that's crazy. He's just an innocent boy, didn't care about nothing but his umbrella. You never know. He might have been going through stuff, but he was just like masking it like completely. I mean, I know he's a young kid, but anybody is able
kids
to do
have
that.
More intuition than you think. He probably knew something was going on. He probably just continued to have a smile, love his big brother.
Yep.
Again,
especially
kids...
after his father died, we don't even know the relationship that they had.
God.
He might have been the one that gave him the umbrella, you know?
Yeah.
Shit, man. This is, like, no, seriously, this chapter... I have to go back and reread a lot of chapters, but I really think this is the most well put together chapter.
It hurt.
The Reiko one was pretty damn good too, though. From how it started, the invasion of the aliens, and then going to that was pretty damn good. But this one told a story in just one chapter that, I mean, that one did too. But like this one, this is like, you could literally just use this and not show much else from the backstory other than the cop stuff, a little bit of that, and that's it.
What I like about this, so much, as dark as it's going to sound, is it's self-contained. You don't have to be about yokai. You don't have to be about reincarnation. This could literally just be like a short story one-shot that Tatsu submitted for maybe Shonen Jump. Imagine this was the story that he's been sitting on since the start of the series.
That is like, show that last 2 pages to somebody like.
I really wish I hadn't seen the train scene, but like that made like the build up to it just hurt that much more. Because then I was just like, I have 5 pages of, oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god, it happened. Oh my god.
No, it's for the last 4 pages to somebody. Like, what? They look sweet and innocent, or she looked sweet and innocent on 16, and then what happened? I gotta read this. I have to know. Honestly, you can go to that chapter alone. Like, this is literally a chapter you can go to out of context. You never read the series, and you'll know exactly what's going on here. Because, like you said, it has nothing to do with yokai, aliens. I mean, loosely, but obviously at this time, nothing. So, it's a commentary on real life stuff. Once again, I think that's something that all authors should do, even if it's a fictional story, because I mean, you're taking real life, you're taking inspiration from real life to put in your story. So you don't waste that. You don't waste it on bullshit. You use it for stuff that actually matters, whether you've experienced it or not. Damn.
I'm sure that there's a story that this is based off of in Japan, because like I said, it's prominent that happens at train stations. That's why they have like the yellow lines. That's why, like I said, the insurance companies, the train companies, they've started to go after the families of the people who, you know, jumped in front of the train. It's terrible. I hate that they've gotten to that position, but it's just like you said, with the socioeconomic environment of Japan, what are you supposed to do? Homeless with a child? I don't think they have the same like support system necessary to support a young boy and his mom. Like we saw Acro Silky. She was working like 3 jobs and being a prostitute, and she could just barely afford that rinky-dink place. She was behind on her loan payments, And that's why those mobsters or whoever she owed the debt to came to her house, stole her child, and then like just started her down this path of what does she have left? She doesn't have anything left. Now, I don't want to compare the two. I will make the comparison here just for the sake of continuing this statement, but I can understand Acro Silky doing that more so than I can understand this mom doing this. Again, I'm not in this mom's head, but for me, if I had a child, if I still had one remaining person in my life, I couldn't do it. Just me personally, I get you're under a tremendous amount of stress. I get that nothing seems fair, that this life doesn't seem worth it. It's just tough.
At first, that page 14, I was thinking like, oh, she gonna take him to the police station or something, and then she eventually runs away. That's how the cop was like, oh, ain't you that kid? Or where have you been for the past 2 years or something? But then I was like, oh no, it's a nice day. I was like, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna turn, or she's gonna leave him? That's bad. Well, I was like, okay, I guess she's gonna leave him. And then I turned to 19, and I'm like,
we're having a fun time. Oh, it's not so fun.
Where are we going? Oh, that's where we're going. Oh no, I want no parts of that, man. God damn. Wow.
Yeah, I just saw.
She's yokai. She's absolutely.
I saw
yokai.
page 18 out of context on Twitter a while back. I would say maybe a few months or more. And this is what I was talking about with the backstories. Like, Acro Silky did not know that. Like this, I sort of knew. Vamola, that was sad, but I didn't know about it. But it's just like Tatsu just keeps on hitting this hammer.
She's definitely a yokai. That's like the most regret you can ever have. As a mom about to kill your son.
Well, I know we've had this conversation before, but it's just like people that survive these attempts, they often regret it immediately upon regaining consciousness. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah,
I'm so thankful. Like, you have a renewed sense of life about yourself.
Yep. I seen a story about a guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge that was like that. He was like, immediately.
Yeah.
Nope, absolutely not. Also on 14, when you said look at it, I was like, don't tell me this somehow mixed with the acrobatic Silky or something. I was like, do we see her in the back?
No. Oh no.
I was like, wait, no, wait. I was like, wait, what's going on? I see people, so I'm like, is it because of the people?
No. That was just that was where I knew I was in trouble. That was the moment. I was like, oh no. Oh, I'm in danger. I'm in danger.
All right, guess we can do the next one then.
All right, I'll get out of
here. You got okay, I'll do it. All right, chapter 153, guys. That was a great discussion, great chapter. God damn. All right, but once again, guys, if you're watching the stream live or if you're watching the VOD, like the stream, subscribe to your boys if you're new, and also, once again, this is what we like to do for certain volumes. If there's every single chapter in the volume, we like to have one person react to the chapter first. They read it all, and then they the next person in, and then they read it all as well. So you guys can get a good, authentic reaction from both of us at the same time, instead of one following along off camera. So anyway, let's get into this, man. Unji Zuma 2. All right, so it looks like he's in a foster home. He got eyes on eye bags too. Damn. And then these kids is bullying them and shit. Like, bro, I don't like the way you were looking at me. Your face makes me sick. You're going to be on the toilet. You're going to be on toilet duty now instead of me and do the weeding. What's with that rebellious look in your eye? It's that face. That's the problem. You better be more obedient. Who is that boy right there with the hands in his pocket? Is he like different from the crew, or is he just? Because even in page 1, he's like kind of behind them, just looking on. He don't look like he's. I don't know. But you got no social awareness. You brought this on yourself. What? What's this world still? This shitty effed up world. Okay, I'm gonna smash it to pieces. And that's when he became a delinquent. As of now, all y'all are under my umbrella. Defy me and die. Zuma, we're all done here. Let's draft some more troops. So this is Zuma. A few years ago, he was real edgy. God damn. Shit. We're going to start a war against the police. Oh, this art is crazy. Okay, this is probably where we're going to see the officer at. You're nothing but trash. This is 121. Immediate backup requested. Damn scum. Don't underestimate us, you bastards. Sir, let's wait for backup. And a fucking drop kick. God damn. It's fucking up police. This is very Tokyo Revengers culture once again. Like, very much. Think about brother dead body as he's bludgeoning the fucking police. God damn. Police officer gets him. I'm sure that's the officer that we know. Handcuffs him. The time is 10:33. You're under arrest for interfering with duties of public official. Screw you. I'll remember you. Shit, man. You remember his face, though. Zuma lost his father and younger brother at an early age. Mother dove in front of a train and tried unsuccessfully to take him with it. She died. Okay, come on, page. He was then placed in an orphanage, but he ran away after an incident that resulted in injuries. Fell in with a group of delinquents and drifted from place to place. A few years in here will have him reformed to a degree, most likely. And after that, don't know. National and local government provides support until age 18, so I expect he'll be back. And he cut his hair off and stuff, and this is more like the Zuma that we've seen. The police officer actually met him. I'm glad that he looked back at him to remember his face, actually. At first, I was kind of scared. I mean, obviously, we know he's alive, but... Oh, he's outside of that place, right? Place right there, the house, or his house, rather. Okay, coming in. It's in the house. What the hell is this? Come on in. What are you playing at, man? I'm going to be your guardian. Okay, so he's his guardian. Huh. This is my room here. Keep out of it. Who the hell will live with someone like you? Unhappy unless you're living with your mommy, huh? Bring it on, asshole. Take your shoes off, dummy. Man, I remember your face clear as day, and I've been waiting to murder your ass. He said, not today, son. In your dreams, maybe. Better keep working at it. God damn, man. What is this storytelling, Tatsu? Wow. I was just thinking, like, at first we were thinking last volume that with his brother's death, maybe he was trying to find him or whatever. To, like, I don't know, like they found his body. Obviously, we've seen what happened. They, on the scene, they had his body in this volume. And then I was thinking, like, okay, so what is the link here? Is it just the delinquent stuff and then police officers coming in or whatever? But no, instead, it was actually him being his guardian after he had him in prison for a little bit, or in jail, rather, or juvenile for a little bit, for a few years, came out. It was more reformed, more better, a lot better. Hey, I'm just gonna say this right now. We kind of already been saying it, but Zuma is goated. Like, he is goated. I do not want him to die, actually. No, not him or the police officer. Please, no. Because, man, he went through some shit. Like, damn, man. All right, I'm going to get twitchy in here now. I'm glad this chapter was like this, though. Like, I'm glad that this is, because after the last one, goddamn, man, I didn't want it to get worse. And I mean, it did initially, but like, things. I don't know about that one kid though. Like, am I tripping, Sherm? For anybody that's watching this, on page top panel on page 3, like he wasn't a part of that group. I don't know. Unless he was just so happened to be trailing away in the back. I don't know. Something about that is interesting. Am I tripping, Sherm? You're free to tell me if that's like nothing, like, or at least from where you guys at, that's nothing, or maybe I'm on to something with that one. I'm not sure, actually. Okay, cool. All right, take it away, man.
Alrighty, guys, let's get into more Twitchy cheers with Zuma 2, the sequel. Alright, so it's kind of an orphanage type of thing. I do not trust these older boys. And from the bags underneath Zuma's eyes, he probably doesn't either. Punches him in the face. I don't like the way you were looking at me. Your face makes me sick. You're gonna be on toilet duty now instead of me. And do the weeding. Crying, but bleeding. Looking a bit feral. Lots of main character energy. What's with that rebellious look in your eye? It's that face that's the problem. You better be more obedient. You got no social awareness. You brought this on yourself. What? What's the world's deal? This shitty, effed up world. Picks up a brick. I'm gonna smash it to pieces. All these rival gangs. As of now, all of y'all are under my umbrella. Defy me and die. Zuma, we're all done here. Let's draft some more troops. We're gonna start a war. What? Okay. Busting up police cars? You're nothing but trash. This is 121. Immediate backup requested. Damn scum. Don't underestimate us, you bastards. Sir, let's wait for backup. Alright, gets drop kicked. Alright, punch, punch, punch. Golly, man. Just having the flashbacks of his whole life. He's punching this police officer almost to death, I would guess. Alright, gets judo flipped. Ugh! Handcuffed. The time is 10:33. You're under arrest for interfering with the duties of a public official. Screw you. I'll remember you. Wee woo, wee woo. Alright, taking him to jail. He's in jail. Zuma lost his father and younger brother at an early age. Mother dove in front of a train and tried unsuccessfully to take him with. She died. He was then placed in an orphanage, but he ran away after an incident that had resulted in injuries, fell in with a group of delinquents, and drifted from place to place. A few years in here will have him reformed to a degree, most likely. And after that, don't know. National and local government provides support until age 18. So, I expect he'll be back. Alright, gets out. Policeman is off duty. Why does this look like the same damn apartment complex? Like, seriously. It is the same one, apparently. Oh, it's crossing the threshold? What the hell is this? Come on in. What are you playing at, man? I'm gonna be your guardian. Huh? This is my room here. Keep out of it. Who in the hell would live with someone like you? Unhappy unless you're living with your mommy? Huh? Bring it on, asshole. Take your shoes off, dummy. Man, I remember your face clear as day, and I've been waiting to murder your ass. Alright, gets flipped again. Glock. In your dreams, maybe. Better keep working at it. Shout out to this cop, man. He is a goat. Yeah, he literally
didn't expect it to be like that. Yeah. Did not expect that to happen. His guardian.
But he's the type of cop that has seen these individuals be chewed up by the system. And it sucks that juvie has to be a thing. You can't put children in with adults in prison. I'm not saying that you should. But the pathway from juvie back to adult prison is a very narrow pathway. You are not given a lot of, here in the US, I'm talking about specifically, you're not given a lot of opportunities, or there's not a lot of programs specifically, because like was stated in this chapter, once you turn 18, all right, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Go do whatever
Same thing can be
you're gonna do.
said about foster care too. Same shit.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
which is crazy. It's like that happens to that, not even someone that's in prison. So.
Well, and don't get me started on the foster care system in general. Just like the fact that there's rampant assault, there's bullying, there's physical abuse. It is disgusting. For something that should be almost entirely altruistic. You're taking on children to help them grow into adults. You shouldn't be... I saw this crazy story the other day about this couple that adopted black boys specifically to be their personalized slaves. Locked them in a windowless room and made them do like laundry. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that is a type of humanity that Zuma has almost exclusively encountered in his youth. He's never had someone reach out a hand until this police officer.
Nope. Once again, Zuma's goated. Like, how do you end up being... I mean, obviously we know now. The police officer probably gave him some good principles to kind of get his humanity back, so that's why he took for these kids to save them, these orphans and whatnot. I did find it interesting that one kid early on in the chapter that was talking to Zuma, the one that when he was getting jumped and he's going down the stairs, it was like page 3 and then 4, I believe. I wonder if that kid's going to be a notable character after. He gave him some
lookout
word of advice. Yeah, some kind of word of advice.
Wait, you're saying the lookout
the kid with the black hair?
The black hair.
It seemed like he was the one that told him, right?
No, I thought that was the other bully that was hitting him. I thought this bully just had like a monologue because he was beating his ass. I think this guy was just a lookout. I don't think he was saying anything. I don't know. That's just how I took it. You could be right, but I almost for a second didn't recognize that was Zuma. I know he's got like the facial piercings and like the eyes, but the fact that he had like the blonde streak of hair and whatnot, I didn't realize it until he was going through that traumatic flashback with his fist all bloodied up. I was like, oh, that's Zuma. I just thought it was one of the guys that he had, taken under his wing for the new high school delinquents.
By the way, this literally is very Tokyo Revengers coded, like extremely. So it's some kind of very insane traumatic event that happens, and then their whole look changes, their hairstyle, their look, they get deadlier and deadlier until something else happens.
And then they go back in time.
Even the train stuff. If you know, you know. Train stuff is very, not quite the same, but a train situation. Someone trained died, but not the same stuff. But
that viewpoint of him looking at the back of his mom as she dies, he saw that. And I know that goes without saying, like, some people might close their eyes. He literally saw her get pulverized. He never had a chance until now. But that's some deep-seated hatred. You don't just get over that with a Weekend at Bernie's style buddy cop movie. That is deeply rooted in who Zuma is. Shout out to that police officer. I wonder what's his backstory now. Because I thought he would have been either at the scene of the train incident. I thought he would have been at the riverbank. No, it just sounds like he was, who was booking him during the assault on the police officers.
Yo, can I just say, the adults in this series, well, the present adults, not backstory adults, because there's always something traumatic, but the present day adults, they're very helpful. They're actually like adults. I feel like in a lot of other series, there's like the specific mentor or senseis that are good, and the rest are just like whatever. But here it's like you got Doria, Mr. Shrimp, shit, even now Rokudo. Like they're all very helpful when it comes to children. Rokoto loosely, but everybody else has been very.
I get what you mean. They have a sense of maturity about themselves that
these are
not
kids.
often seen. Like, I think it was specifically, was it the Doria? I think it was during the time when Gigi was like, don't exercise evil eye. She had a sense of maturity about herself, but I think she also had like a quick little monologue or a statement about taking responsibility. Like, you're guiding them forward, but you're not doing things for them. You're letting them make their own mistakes. And I feel like that's the essence of parenthood, in a sense, is that you guide your children in the right direction. You let them make mistakes, but then you help them up once they fall down.
Yeah, to be quite honest, this series, I mean, forever, like literally every arc, I was like, is it one of those series where it's like, okay, the kids, yes, they're saving the day, they're saving the world and stuff, but like, they need guidance. So I like that we're getting this a more grounded approach to it with this police officer. Like, this is true guidance that I feel like we didn't. So to some extent, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of how Doria goes about things, at least because we don't know. We don't know what she knows, why she's the way she is. But from outside looking in right now, it's a very surface level view to it. And I get a little, not pissed off, but a little annoyed. It's like,
ooh, that's a good point, Sherm. He says the nurse from their school was even on their side and protected them. That's a good point. Yeah, the adults feel like adults in this series.
Yeah, and I like that. I hate another series where they just make them like the big brother, big sister type of relationship versus just being an adult, you know?
Sure.
And which is ironic, though, in this series, like, the kids do things so often on their own, but they still have that guidance, while in other series, they do it with the adults, but the adults don't feel like actual, like, guardians or mentors to them. From parents, they just seem like, oh, it's my friend. I'm fighting with my dad. I'm fighting with my mom. But yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, it's cool, but, like, we need more, you know?
I think it's important to have a close relationship with your children. I do not think that you should be their friend, quote unquote, until they are in their mid-20s. Because if you're their friend anytime while they're still developing as a person, that's going to stunt them in more ways than one.
It depends. It's situational. But I see what you mean. Like, overall, for certain kids who aren't, I would just say if you're like a teenager that's mature because of how your parents raised you, then it's fine. But I don't think it's always the case.
Fair.
But for most children, I mean, you are still developing, like you said, until you're mid-20s. So, yeah.
All right, but much better than last chapter in terms of my emotions.
Quickly, I thought it was going to like continue to get worse, and when I saw the first part of this chapter, oh shit, he did go way worse. Became a full-on delinquent, just bludgeoning the police officer. But once again, shout out to this police officer for getting Zuma to be a pretty cool kid. Like, he doesn't even have any like real negative traits when we met him. Like, he was just stupid. Like what Momo said. That's it.
My last point before I get into the next chapter is I love that even though not initially, but eventually, as showcased with his interactions with Momo, Zuma has kept his kindness. And that is important considering the cruelty of this world. And that's another thing to why I was saying, like, main character energy. Like, he suffered a lot, but he has a kind heart. It hasn't been fair for his life. But you know what? He's making the best of it now.
You know what's so huge about that, too, is, like, the fact that his mother put this upon him. Like, she was going to kill him with her. And he's somebody that's seen the same hell as her, and not even worse now, watching her die. So even worse than her. And he's not, well, he did initially. he gave it to other people. That's why the flashbacks came up with his mom and his brother, dead body. But at the same time, he got to a point where he's better. So once again, with his mom's situation, things could have ended up better. As you can see with Zuma, he's a lot better than what he was before. He's still obviously being traumatized by the events, but I really want to see if she does become a yokai. That's like a whole other thing that would make me even more sadder. Just to see how that would even.
I will say I don't want that anytime soon. I want that to be a long running, like make that in 200 chapters. Have her come back.
Yep, way later. That would be crazy to see. And how would that like? What's the conclusion to that? Will we find a way to like exercise spirits and like let them free instead of going to the void or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way to exercise them and allow them to move on to heaven, reincarnation, whatever that is. Yeah, as long as they have no regrets. So that conversation, potentially, that we could get after a fight, because, I don't know, if he's going to recognize her, she'll recognize him immediately. She could be so warped in her yokai form. But yeah, that, like, exactly. I want that 200 chapters from now. Let that be a central point in an arc when Zuma has to have the focus again.
You know what I think is going to happen? Similar to the Rin situation with her friend, I think if she is a yokai, she's going to say it like she's going to blame him for. Obviously, she doesn't mean.
But the person is going to blame herself.
Exactly. So it's kind of going to be like that, where it's like she's going to probably seek him out. That's where we will probably see her the next time. Sure. But when they die, I can see her and Umbrella Boy leaving with the umbrella, flying in the air like you said.
And now her holding the hand of her child as they walk away.
All right, well, your turn.
All right, guys, so I'm going to get into chapter 155 next. I'm sure that Vontae has already said it, but like the stream for us, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We will be with Dandadan, including the anime, come July until the end of the series, because we love this series so much. But with that being said, let's waste no more time. Chapter 155, Unji Zuma 3. So before I get out of his dream of good times with his family back at the amusement park, that's probably where she got the idea from for his last day, is that potentially maybe the cop had a part in his dad's death, or he saw it happen and was unable to save him. I think that'd be pretty cool. Oof. Asada. Your ass is grass, pig. Hey, it's not even 5 a.m. yet. You are woke up at 5 o'clock. Discipline. Itadakimasu. Alright, nice, looks like some sort of seafood, rice, maybe some, what is that, tofu? Mushroom thing? Looks good. Hey, give thanks. Get bent. Slap. That hurt, asshole. I told you to give thanks. I'm not joking, shithead. I can't deal with this bullshit. Running away? You give up easy. Huh? Sits down. Oh my god. Right into the face from the kick of the table. Look at all this food you've wasted. You think I'll ever do what you say? Picks up an umbrella. He kicks him while he's brushing his teeth. This is very Thorfinn and Askeladd-esque in a certain way. Taking out the trash, he's waiting to hit him across the head. And it's always with the umbrella. That's his weapon of choice. He doesn't even have to look at him. Pow! Right in the kisser. He's waiting until he's asleep. Bruh. He can't do it this time. Oh, he has a family. Found family. His wife and child probably died. Yada, yada. Well, I could see either them being alive still and he's doing this just because he feels like he needs to. But given the fact... I would say he looks a little bit different in that portrait than he does presently. And I know characters age. But he looks more beaten down or worn down by the world. So my guess is for now is that they did indeed pass away. Alright, Zuma retreats. It is now time to eat. He's not saying nothing, but You got a family? Why am I here? They're dead. One morning, my wife took our daughter to preschool. On the way, a man passing on the street stabbed them to death. Random. He said he did it out of hate for society, which is a perfect callback tie-in to Zuma's story. He said he wanted to get back at this rotten world. He wanted to take out those who seemed happy, to make them understand. I thought about killing him, and then killing myself. Still do. But whenever I get close, my daughter's face appears. I'm gonna be an officer when I grow up. Daddy, you're a hero who fights for justice. Adorable little cinnamon roll. Just like he said, this world is rotten and beyond hope. But if we just neglect it, we've lost. The world will only become more twisted, and in the end, it'll be a hell people can't live in. Oh, I love the juxtaposition of those two standing there. I don't want to be beaten by this shitty world. That's why I took you in. Things may be hard sometimes, but you can't forget kindness and compassion. You have to live with care. I will protect you. What do you know? It was shithead adults who blamed my mom for my dad's death. I got bullied at school for being poor. In the end, my mother even tried to kill me. Nobody was there to help us. It was you and your society that rejected me in the first place. The whole lot of you can go straight to hell. Slam. Now, he has the umbrella. He's at the bank where his brother died. A masterful chapter. Another great continuation of the story. Is this my favorite backstory? I want to say, recency bias aside, it's top... Oh... I don't know, the Vamola stuff was incredible. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Feel free to leave a message if you have not already. We love you watching, but feel free to interact with the stream. We'll have a conversation in between these chapters. Yeah, Vinland coded for sure. Zuma's lived a life, even though he is just a teenager at this point, what, like 16, 17 years old? He has not been given a good stack of cards from the deck. Damn. All right, but let me go ahead and get Vante back in here. Yeah, his kindness, absolutely. That's why, really quickly before he comes back in, Attack on Titan is our favorite animanga of all time, both Vante and myself. And I always think back to the Cruel World speech that Mikasa had. It's a cruel world, and you just have to be the best that you can be inside of it. And then that was also parallel with Bertolt when he was going up into the sky. That was the last day he ever lived. So lots of parallels there with this, just making this your best life possible, even despite the circumstances. Great chapter. Can't hear you though. Can you guys hear him? That's what I thought. I can hear some clicking now.
All right, what about now?
Yep.
It's good?
All good. Yeah.
All right.
Good chapter.
Okay, 155. Oh no! I mean, hey, we get to explore this again. No, I did ask for this. He's dreaming. Probably, yep, he's dreaming. OG Zuma 3. Damn. Once again, though, man, his parents, his dad had he made sure that the lineup was crisp. It looks like they're at the carnival, so they probably did go there quite a bit before, unless he's just dreaming about both. But I think they probably did actually go there. Oof. It's morning. Your ass is grass, pig. Hey, it's not even 5 a.m. yet. Okay, got my balanced meal. Praying. Thank you for the meal. Hey, give thanks. Get bent. Smack them. That hurt, asshole. I told you to give thanks. I'm not joking, shithead. I can't deal with this bullshit. Running away. You give up easy. I'm like, man. All right. He said, sat back down. Damn, kick the damn table to him. Why was that so clean? For something like that. Why was that so clean, Sasha? Look at all this food you wasted. You think I'll ever do what you say? Try him with the umbrella, kicks him, bow. Just this few. They kind of remind me of Ichigo and his dad, Machine. Just the back and forth. Uppercut. God damn. He going with the umbrella again. You know, it's pretty cool too. Now that I just thought about it, like just the fact that we seen them fighting each other. Well, technically it was Umbrella Boy, but Zuma fighting against him, and like maybe we're probably going to see some of that choreography being reminiscent of the fight in this backstory. Trying to sneak on him. What in the Thorfinn's going on here? With Askeladd. If you know, you know, guys. Let's see the picture of his family. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me that. I mean, well, yeah, obviously they're gone because he's. Damn. Well, found each other. Thank you for the meal. You got a family? Why? You got a family. Why am I here? They're dead. One morning, my wife took our daughter to preschool. On the way, a man passing on the street stabbed them to death. He said he did it out of hate for society. What is this full circle shit? Like this what he just told Zuma right here is what changed everything for him, because he literally just said in the last chapter, why is this world so effed up? He's seen what happened with his father, with his, with who he was employed by, his bosses and whatnot, and his mother, literally what happened with her, and obviously his brother. So like, for him to say he said he did it out of hate for society, it just kind of woke him up completely. Like, damn, I was feeling the exact same way, so I could have been on that same trajectory. Wow. To somebody else's family. Damn. He said he wanted to get back at this rotten world. He wanted to take out those who seemed happy, to make them understand. I thought about killing them and then killing myself. Still do. And then that gets even more. And then that's kind of almost similar to like the mom situation a little bit. Like with doing the deed and killing yourself in the process, or at least after the fact. But whenever I get close, my daughter's face appears. Wow. And then Zuma's kind of the same way too, when he's thinking about his mother, his father, his younger brother. I'm going to be an officer too when I grow up. Daddy, you're a hero who fights for justice. Just like he said, his world is rotten beyond hope. But if we just neglect it, we've lost. The world will only become more twisted, and in the end, it will be a hell people can't live in. Damn. I don't want to be beaten by this shitty world. Shit, then that's... Damn. This shit's deep. That's why I took you in. Things may be hard sometimes, but you can't forget kindness and compassion. You have to live with care. I will protect you. And then with him thinking about his brother, just like what he just did with his daughter. Wow. What do you know? It was shithead adults who blamed my mom for my dad's death. I got bullied at school for being poor. In the end, my mother even tried to kill me. Nobody was there to help us. It was you and your society that rejected me in the first place. The whole lot of you can go straight to hell. It's raining again, and he has an umbrella, and he goes to the area, which his brother had passed away in. Damn, this is a great ass chapter too, man. Wow. This is more or less the extension that I wanted to from the first one.
Yeah.
In terms of the
dialogue. Had a quick little comedic interlude, which is fun.
Damn. This chapter is deep. Very much so. Wow.
Yeah, and like the U.S. struggles with gun violence. Like stabbing violence in Japan is more of a thing than
you don't have
in a lot of other countries. So,
and I've always said this. I mean, I don't want to compare, but stabbing somebody is pretty damn wild. That's like very personal. Like,
oh yeah, because
that's
like
a lot of hatred. Like, it's very So
you're
just like what they said
with your own hands.
Yep, and hate for society, that whole thing, that hatred. And he literally said, just because I don't want y'all to be happy. No, I hate the world.
Saw a happy mom and daughter on the street and said, "That's it. That's my target." And then this police officer just has to go about the rest of his life without the two people that he loved the most. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's a cruel world. But you know what? Like, back on page 10, when it showed the portrait of the full family, I immediately put together the pieces that he looks like he's been through some shit. So I was like, okay, they're dead. Like, I don't know how they died, but I know that they died together. Oh, it goes back to the same society talking point. Like, society chewed up and spat out the Zuma family, and it chewed up and spat out the officer's family. And now it's a found family to where they each have each other. And Zuma probably ran away, just probably couldn't, take living under this guy's roof. And I also did say Thorfinn and Askeladd coded, but this is very Ace and Whitebeard coded. A father that he never had, or never had growing up, I guess I should clarify, and always fighting, going after one another. And again, with Tatsu being such a big One Piece fan, this is very Ace and Whitebeard coded.
This also reminds me of AOT a little bit too. The children in the forest situation.
Yeah.
With Sasha's dad, and just don't give into that cycle. Like, it is a crazy world. It is fucked up, but it's like you can't succumb to that. And once again, what I was talking about of adults in the series, this guidance, like, he's been through something, but he's mature. He's he's now his guardian, so he was able to tell him this. In other situations, like in other series, you never see that. Once again, it's like that's the whole thing in My Hero Academia. Nobody reaches out a hand, and there's all these adults walking past and not just neglecting you. But in this series, it's like no matter what's going on, there's always an adult guiding these children. So I can't wait to see more of the adults in the series as well. I don't think I ever said that in a shonen series. That doesn't even. It's not even a natural thing that it's like, no, I never said that in my life.
That is a great point. I love that Tatsu is making that a focus, but what that makes me believe is that there does have to be a changing of the guards. So if there is a warlike type of event, I could see us then being on our own, having to be the next age adults in the room because we have that experience. Again, this has been all very, I want to say localized in terms of this story, even though it does have intergalactic ties out into the universe. We've really only been in this one city or two for the entirety of this alien and yokai story that spans not only across the country, not only across the globe, but across the cosmos. So
that's why we need this groundedness too.
Yeah,
because we are in this city. So, and that was something I was kind of thinking about, like, in a lot of manga, it's always like we're in, or at least in current, like modern day shonen, because a lot of times in the past it was like completely fictional worlds. Now it's like we're in Japan, we're residing in Japan, and it's like, okay, sure, but like just like in real life in the United States, a lot of our citizens think, oh, we're the only people that exist in this fucking world. but
There
it's
are
one of
more
those
people
situations.
outside of the country than inside of it.
Exactly. So I like that we get this groundedness because we are still in Japan. So you need this. You can't have this like out of the world uh like war or invasions of aliens and stuff and yokai and all this other stuff going on without something like this that's grounded with human characters, no yokai, no alien interference in this time. But once again, shout out to Tatsu for these benefactors in the story. Looking at
Absolutely.
manga as well. I forgot to mention her earlier
She's a
with
goat.
Lobola. So all these adults, man, I need to see the adult lineup.
And
That's what I
like,
need next.
especially if Dodoria is not related to Momo, this theme of found family.
Yep.
Banga, the police officer, possibly Dodoria. Like, who does Ira have in her life? She kind of has Acro Silky and her dad. I'm not like trying to, throw shade on the dad because he's done the best that he can to raise his daughter. He needs to lock up his lewd magazines, though, I will say. But yeah, I love how the adults are essentially they are guiding the next generation while also being an active participant. So it's not just being a parent, it's being an active parent. And there is a difference. You are involved in your children's lives, and I love that.
Even I think who was it? Was it Banga? I think she even said about like to ensure the next generation is okay, like when Momolos. So it's
Get
like
married, have strong children. That was the whole thing.
it's like how like Tatsu, dude. You and then Mr. Shrimp with his son, like I remember when people kept calling him best dad. Oh yeah, best dad. Oh, okay. Let's see what this guy got for us. I'm like, okay, yep, we see. And ever since then, every other adult, it seems like they've been great for the. That's why I said we need the adult lineup. We got the kids lineup shot fight. We need policemen, Banga,
It's like you got
Doria.
the dad Billy, you got the old Banga like hunched over with a walker. No, let me not disrespect the goat like that. Sherm does say we have all these parents and adults, but not Kens.
Yeah, just Ken, really. Kent, I don't remember. Do you have anything from him?
I mean, he's just.
I think it's just be
for
assumed.
the most part.
Yeah, it's just to be assumed. But everybody else, and then even like with Dodoria with Gigi, taking him in, like the guardianship there, like obviously because of what's going on with the Evil Eye situation.
No, that's like a
Curse
mentorship
House,
program,
but-
so to speak. It's like what's it called,
Yeah.
Big Brother, Big Sister
Big
program.
brother, little brother, yep, or whatever, yeah. So, but Ken, I don't know. We talked about it last time. Were we on stream or off stream?
I don't know. It might have been a little bit of both, but I think essentially we came to the conclusion that his parents could have been astronauts. I think Vante said that. I was thinking maybe they were politicians who went to another world to do some sort of diplomacy through the Kofun burial mounds transportation system. How
Or they
could
are
even
aliens.
be revolution fighters, because I think Ken Takakura, correct me if I'm wrong, I know that he's a famous Japanese actor, but didn't he do a lot of like drama or action films?
Probably, I think so. Yeah, action stuff.
So, I mean, they could be like spies for planet Earth out in the universe. They could be revolutionaries that are fighting the good cause to save the world back home, because our world keeps getting invaded by these aliens.
I'm starting to lean towards that they might be aliens. Like just the fact that you gave him the name Kim Takakura, like I think that's like a kind of comedic thing. Like we were to see that backstory. It's like, oh, they just gave him his name from this very popular actor. Like, okay, and then they left or whatever. Because I mean, not saying that they can't do that and they're from Earth, but I can see something like that happening.
I mean, sure, there could be a misunderstanding. It's just
They probably went to the movies and seen it. Oh, we can name it. Boom. I can't wait for that.
I haven't seen a lot of Rick and Morty, but have you seen the one about the simulation?
Mm-mm.
They're inside of like a simulation, and these aliens are trying to trick the humans inside of it. So it's like a realistic type of simulation, kind of similar to the Matrix. And this idiot dad is driving to work, and it's just on a treadmill. So the car is moving forward, but he doesn't recognize it because it's a simulation. and he goes to turn on the music, the radio, and it's just like human music. Beep, boop, boop, beep. He's like, I like this. I could see Ken's parents being like going to the movies and being like, Ken Takakura, that's a cool name. Let's name our kid that. Human name. Ken Takakura.
You know, I think when we do explore his parents, that's gonna be really cool. It's kind of like in Bleach with like Ichigo. Well,
Yeah.
for him it was mostly because of his lineage, but we also still got more of his parents in general with the Blade is Me episode and the one prior. Or like even with Naruto and his parents, like it'd be cool to just see how his parents are. Because from what we know, it don't seem like he's been raised by anybody.
Let me make a quick connection before you get into the next chapter. I know that we had briefly talked about the persona that is Okurun being different from his base form, and potentially that a yokai could have been imbued in him. Do you think maybe his dad or his mom is the yokai that is inside of him?
Maybe. Well, I thought it was something else. What if it's like a parasite?
In what way? Elaborate.
Basically, like a parasite from that. The fact that like yokai take over a person and that's their vessel now. I was thinking like, since it keeps, to me, it always seemed like it is a separate entity. It's not quite, even though recently with Zuma they were saying like, oh, yeah, but it does seem like it is kind of like a separate entity. So maybe, a parasite, whenever a parasite lingers onto a living organism, it changes its whole behavior and all that. So that's the only reason why I thought about that, because its behavior is different. But and in alien stuff too,
fungus,
like he is connected to aliens.
Takes over ants.
Right. And also, I think I did say this maybe off stream. What if they're like erasing his memories? Like his parents actually are in his life.
So you can elaborate that.
So like the parents, since in this series we've been getting into this whole memory stuff, especially with like yokai with the trauma and the regrets, and then also obviously with Count Saint Germain or Saint Germain. Well, we think that's opposite, isn't it?
Same thing.
But Saint Germain, with his whole memory manipulation and also reading minds, so maybe there's some kind of technology or power that his parents might have, whether they're aliens or not aliens, whichever way, and they're literally erasing his memory all the time. Or they're probably also implementing information in his head too to make him like have interest in aliens and stuff, because not to say, I mean, anybody can have interest in aliens, but like that was like his only thing, right? Yeah, that's like his only thing. Like there's no other interest that we know of from him, really. It was just aliens. So maybe his parents purposely like maybe kept information, books and stuff around him, or they just implemented information into his brain and then also erase like memories of them or something like that.
I mean, you're a product of your environment. He had those alien magazines, so they might have just put a whole bunch of literary material in the house. And I really like that idea when you shared that with me the other day, that they could have been continuously checking in on him. It's just every time they have to erase the memory just because of their importance, they might be on a secret mission. But at least if they're having these consistent, interactions with their son, that'd be pretty cool.
Damn, that's sad as hell too, though. It's like, damn, they have to go on these missions and they have to do this thing, which is interesting though, because it gets into the whole like when yokai go to the void, we don't remember them. There's no more memory. So I think that's going to be a main power in this series, because like once again, Sanjime, the yokai in the void, and then potentially the thing about Men in Black. The little device, Tatsu, he likes his real life inspirations from other works. So I don't know though, but it might just be okay if it's not another entity with Ken and it's just like his personality or his emotion. Then what do you think it derives from? Especially after seeing Gorilla Boy's
I think it
situation.
derives from the loneliness of not having any friends growing up. Like that depression is in the form of loneliness. There's different forms of depression. There's like inadequate depression. There's like I would say existential depression, like Zuma's mom.
Yep.
Like you just have no concept of a future. And
imagine his
again,
backstory.
as
So
someone that
confused.
has struggled with depression in the past, like, it is such a rut to get out of. And sometimes it is a slow process. You have these setbacks, reverberations. It is a continuous process. So for this police officer to keep this like kindness mentality about himself and trying to impart that onto Zuma, and then Zuma having this protective, like, imagine that is still, he has a kind heart inside of the cold exterior shell that is this delinquent. Like, sure, he might have bleached hair, he might have it shaved now, but he has a kind heart inside of himself, and that's commendable.
He's definitely gonna be a fan favorite character. Just like he has
I
all.
love him already.
You
He's
know.
already S tier.
Yeah, he's. I don't like using this word, but objectively, he is like an extremely well written character. No matter what, like you can't be like, oh, no, you're lying if you think otherwise. But all right, guess we hop into the next one, man.
All right, enjoy.
All right. 156. This was originally it was the last chapter that we're going to be reacting to. However, our boy Shern, you see him in the chat right there. He said that 157 might be even better. So we said, you know what? Let's do that instead. So this is going to be pretty fun, man. The title of this chapter is called Brother Boy. And once again, guys, if you're watching the stream live or the VOD, like the stream up for your boys. I'm going to read the chapter first, and I'm going to get Twitchy in here afterwards so he can read it as well. This is a nice way to get our reactions authentically with us on the camera, reading it all the pages to ourselves, or not to ourselves, out to you guys, rather than one of us following along and you don't get the reaction for a really cool chapter, you know? So, that being said, man, obviously Zuma, he's right in front of the riverbed, or in front of the river where his brother passed away. Depressed. Once again, this really reminds me of Tokyo Revengers. Even like the art and how Zuma's drawn and the rain, and even like just his different, the way he looked before when he bleached his hair and all that and had those piercings. If you know, you know. If you guys have read Tokyo Revengers when it was great, you know what I'm talking about. Give it back. He said his mommy made it for him. Lame. Here, catch, give it back. Damn. Why he got to see some kids with umbrellas and they doing the same, you know, bullying shit and stuff. That kid got a mustache, or that's just like some nipples? On top of page 3. A dead frog, damn. Without his head, and he's thinking about his mom once again, his father when he died, and his brother, and how his mom. Whoops. There it goes. Just forget. Oh, then the kid is going to jump in there. I was going to say that. Watch one of these kids end up trying to jump in there. He's going to save a life, and that's what's going to get him on that path. That's like the extra half of what you needed after what the cop told him. Just forget about it. She'll just make you another one. Come on, let's go. Ooh, and then the kid is in there. Oh, my God. Zuma's like, nope. Can't do that. Can't not do that. My brother. Damn, man. Stop. Call for the fire department. Unji, call for the fire department. Oh, and then the police got in there instead. He said, nah, I can't even let that happen to my son, my new son. Damn, man, the writing is so good. Officer. You got him out of here. Daddy, you're a hero who fights for justice, right? Oh, wow. And then he's thinking about his daughter once again. He did tell Zuma, he said, every time I think about my daughter, that's what helps me live on. I won't stand for defeat. I won't stand for letting people die. Live. I just said live on. Literally, he said to himself, live on. You idiot. You'll get yourself killed too. Stop. Please stop. I'll protect you. No more. Don't kill any more people. And he said he wouldn't. He said he was going to protect them too. Then he's seeing his brother. I don't know if this is like imagination. Big brother, are you jealous of my umbrella? That question again. Oh, shit. And then there goes the manifestation of Umbrella Boy right there. I'll lend you my umbrellas. Damn. Oh, and there you go in the air. Damn. Flying away. Like his brother said in the book, Can you fly through the sky? Bro, I'm like Twitchy's quirk. His quirk is next panel. If you guys don't know, He always predicts what's going to happen in the next page, next panel. I did that like 3 to 4 times already in this damn chapter. Wow. Damn. He's flying. He actually, and then he grabs the kid and he grabs the police officer too. Yeah. Yeah. He came back to life. Oh, then he sees his daughter. Oh my God. Still alive. Thank goodness. Wow. What a great chap. Nah, man, this is some of the best stuff, man. Like, because it comes from multiple characters' perspectives and just so great, so much great writing between these characters, these two, their dynamic. We didn't even see this coming. It came out of nowhere. And Tatsuo, he's done this before and keeps doing it. Let me get Twitchy in here, man. This was great. This is great. That shit got me choked up a little bit too when I was reading it, when he jumped in the water. Their dynamic is definitely beat. Like, seriously, it doesn't get any higher than that. It's different. It's different from what you've seen in manga. Like, you don't see this too often. And we talked about it already in length from these other previous ones. Damn, that was good. All right. Floor is yours.
Alrighty-o. Chapter 156, Umbrella Boy. Oh, I don't like the look in his eyes. I never got the impression that Zuma would ever resort to the same thing that his mom did. There is a chance, though, that this world could break him down. And I say that looking at the top portion of his body in that first panel, how it is blacked out more so than the bottom half, and then also the close-up on that third panel. Thinking back to his brother smiling while bleeding. Give it back. He said his mommy made it for him. What is with the children in Japan? Like, can we please stop doing this? Dase. Here, catch. Give it back. Crying. Oh, a frog got smashed. Again, with the butterfly motif in Attack on Titan, how it got, I think it was eaten by a grasshopper. It's a cruel world. Watch Attack on Titan, guys. Read it if you have not already. It is a masterpiece. I'd prefer if you watched it instead of read it, but they're both good. Just thinking back to his life. Oh my God, he is covered in her blood. I knew it was right there, but that is horrifying. He just walks past it. Ah, whoops. There it goes. Just forget about it. She'll just make you another one. Come on, let's go. Bloosh. He looks over. They jumped in. Or the kid jumped in. Zuma's about to jump in. He's getting washed away. Thinking about his little brother. Traumatized. Stop. Call for the fire department. Unji dives in. Oh, the police officer. Officer. Oh my God, look at this goat, man. This series won't get me a second time this volume. This is a half a volume. But this has given me a lot of memories of the Kuma story. Daddy, you're a hero who fights for justice, right? I won't stand for defeat. I won't stand for letting people die. Live on. lifting the child up again like AOT as he's dying. You idiot, you'll get yourself killed too. Stop. Please stop. No more. Don't kill any more people. I will protect you. Younger brother? Big brother, are you jealous of my umbrella? Is he gonna fly to the officer with his younger brother's help? And the one leg representing the one boot? I'll lend you my umbrellas. That is exactly what's happening. Look at this double spread. He is flying. Can you fly through the sky with an umbrella? You're damn right he can. Look at the save. Gak. He came back to life. Oh my god. And he has the same bloody lip like his brother did. Bloody nose. I'm stuttering. The kid's alive. Still alive. Thank goodness. I'm just playing in the puddle. Oh my god. It almost got me a second time today, guys. I am such a sap.
Literally every page I was reading, I knew what the next dialogue was. Literally everything you told him,
it's one
on,
of those, it's type you. Of predictable story, but it's perfect in the moment. It doesn't need to be anything else. It's supposed to be like my quirk, guys, in case you're unaware.
That's what I said. I told him.
I have a history of being able to predict the next page. This one, anyone could have my quirk. I'm sharing it all for one style.
As I said, this is Twitchy's quirk, but I'm having this moment 3 to 4 times in this chapter. Damn, man.
Okay, recent bias aside, this is my favorite backstory. It's so tightly written.
Yeah.
It's efficient. It's poignant. It's
damn.
I agree, Manu. These chapters are fucking killing me.
I think what makes it even better is that it's coming from 2 characters' sides, and not just one character. It's both. Yeah. Like with Manga and Vamola, it's a shared one, so that's different. But this is coming from 2 different,
These are 2
backstories.
New characters that we've been introduced to.
Yeah, and then now they have each other. They both been through hell and losing family. They had this conversation about this too, about how hate, just don't succumb to hatred. Live on. He thought about his daughter. Zuma thought about his brother. And he keeps on thinking about his brother.
I was kind of concerned. I was just rereading the chapter for a sec. The bottom of page 11, it kind of looked like the officer was turning into a yokai type of form.
You said 11?
I don't know that. Yeah. At the bottom, it shows all of his teeth and a black eye. It was kind of, I think it's a representation of him being on the verge of death, which on the next page, it's starting to fade to black before Zuma saved him. Oh, and the motif of holding up the child, it almost got me again. It almost did it.
I might be missing something, but what's up with the 2 umbrella thing versus 1?
Hold on. Let me take a look.
He just said, I'm gonna give you my umbrellas, and obviously we've seen him use 2 umbrellas all the time.
Do you think that's related to the 2 boots? Because we did mention last part of the volume stream that normally stands on 1 leg. He had the 1 boot on in death. Zuma had the other one. It could be representative of the 2 brothers. One of them being the umbrella yokai, the other one being Zuma's innate power, strength. That'll be my answer for the time being, but I mean, it could be a couple of different things, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be the 2 brothers, though.
And then,
because he was using the umbrella to attack the officer, a different umbrella, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. And then we said about the mom situation, that is a thing. God damn. This entire Zuma's story in general goes everywhere for the series. How Tatsu? How? We had this stuff with Gigi, you know, and it's just the type of character that he is. We love him, man. And then we have this stuff with Mola, and then you do this, and then there's another one apparently, like another backstory from maybe another kid or just another character in general. That's Reiko.
Tachi's doing his best Oda impersonation. He loves to give us the sad children backstory. That's just, I mean, it's effective.
It works.
Yeah. My feels. God damn.
It works. Like evil eye. Like, how?
Another cool little detail about page 15 that I adore is the fact that the outline of the umbrella yokai, it's frayed, just like the umbrella became when it flew off into the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the child, the pure innocence, it's pure white, it's fully formed umbrella. Fly.
It's flying.
Karasuno. Fly.
Like, what the hell is it? Like, Tatsu has a way of writing that you don't know what you're going to get. You just let him prepare the meal. You're the chef. You're preparing the meal for us.
I will sit down and eat whatever you prepare. It doesn't matter.
Say, if you're a picky eater, I don't care. I'm giving you what I want to make. That's what a lot of authors should do.
This is what you want.
That's what authors should do more. Sometimes authors start catering to fans a lot, like too much, to the point where it's like,
there's a balance.
There's a reason why we're not the writers. You know, I don't know how true it is, but we've talked about it before with, in Bleach with Byakuya's situation. I won't spoil it for anybody. That apparently it was because the fans didn't like the decision, and then it's like,
it's a conversation to be had. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to have your name on it. So whatever you can go to bed and sleep with.
I'd be damned if somebody told me how to write my story. It's different if people are telling me ways, you know, helping me out with it. But like, not just telling me, I don't like this decision. Like, you brought the story to the world. Like, you brought the story to the world. So,
it's yours.
It's yours. It's like you own it. You created this. Or just be like Oda. You know, he would never admit it. Maybe not now, but like, I know he'd be getting some ideas from people on the internet. He won't ever say that. Be like that instead. You know, do it covertly.
Pick and choose your favorites. But yeah, he's definitely surprised us 7 ways to Sunday.
He keeps doing it. Like, this police officer, we kept saying, like, is he going to be like big in the story? Like, he's still here. Is he just a gag? Is it just a buddy cop thing?
You know,
it went beyond that.
When I go back and rewatch our streams, it's just like, I was thinking this dude was an alien. I was thinking this dude was like a little miniature alien inside of a big old human robot body.
Bruh.
And then I was thinking, like, is he dead? Is this a yokai? Is this a yokai policeman? No, he's been worn down by the world because it's a cruel world. And he has baggage, spiritually, emotionally, and
we've seen him in multiple lights too. First, he was just an earnest, serious cop, and then he still had that, but it became comedic with him and Rokudo, and then it became being a father figure or a guardian, being a father. How for this character that you would think is like the ultimate type of side character? No, he's somebody that's very prominent and important to this story. Not just for Zuma's character, but literally for the story. Like, this arc. This is a huge arc. Especially knowing what we might get into eventually. Like,
Avante, we still haven't gotten the panel. Guys, if you're joining us for the first time, this is, I think, the most amount of viewers we've had in a Dandadan live stream, so thank you very much for joining us tonight. But just full disclosure, Avante and I will always tell you if we got spoiled on something. We have both seen the general outline of the panel. If you know, you know. Obviously, if you're here, you probably are caught up with Dandadan, but we still have not gotten that. We have one more chapter tonight. I don't see it being in that chapter. It could, but likely it'll probably be a next volume. So where do we go from here? Like, this has been a very poignant and concentrated look into Zuma's backstory. And this is all because Okurun just kicked the shit out of him in last volume, or earlier this volume. I'm losing track.
And that was a huge for Okurun too, for his moment. thinking
And
smart.
he's seeing this. He's connected
The heater.
with this. He has
And
like a
then now, yeah,
spiritual
I was
connection.
looking at it. Yep. Damn. I saw something else. What if they're trying to turn? This is kind of off topic, but what if aliens are going to try to turn Earth into a human karmic ball itself, like the entire Earth?
Oh, to power
I'm just
like
thinking
a
about the whole
mega
yokai.
suit? Jesus Christ.
So I'm just thinking about the whole yokai covering around the Earth, and once again, Okudon's theory and whatnot. Like, I wonder if they'll try to find a way to just make that the core, make that a core for something in space.
That would
Maybe
be wild.
the panel that we see, maybe that's like it could be a vision, it could be I don't know. What if that's like the core for that thing? The Earth.
I have not shared this with Vontae. I've been holding this in my back pocket, so now's as good a time as any to reveal it. I was thinking, since we read part 1 on Sunday, why Sanjime set this whole plan into motion. This, oh dear God, is the worst yokai to go into Sanjime's body. It unlocks their full potential at the expense of physical deterioration. But we know that he's a younger guy. He probably has tech inside of him or strong enough resolve to be able to withhold the detriment of this yokai's power. If the card yokai goes into Sanjime, this is an unreal power-up that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It is unlocking the full potential of Sanjime. This is scary.
And he can steal anybody's
and then
powers,
if
essentially.
You can do a visual, like, Mangekyo Sharingan,
yeah,
and you can manipulate memories, and you can read minds. Like, Sanjime is Thanos level immediately upon that bonding. I'm so scared. I thought of that, I was like, oh no, this is terrible.
You know something else I thought about? So, when I was talking about the parasite thing, what if a parasite actually enters somebody's body and they think it's a yokai, and they try to exercise it, and it don't work because it's not a yokai, it's a parasite. Yeah. You can make it comedic, or you can make it like dark, where it's like, oh, what the, well, okay.
I mean, during most exorcisms, the target is tied down. Oh, we did it! Unwrap him. Get stabbed through the throat.
Sanjime, man. Honestly, what you just said, I think that makes a lot of sense. Oh no.
We're in trouble.
Hell no.
We're in trouble.
Because even I was thinking about, since he's like a card, I'm like, well, how do you use cards? People use cards. It's not like, I just can't imagine him just flying around doing shit. Like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like I can see him getting defeated after a while. But I think it makes more sense for him to be used by somebody. So, yeah. Damn, that's terrifying.
Yes.
And I 100%, when we do see this thing, whatever that we saw, Sanjime is also going to be there in that panel, chapter, volume, everything, and that's going to be frightening.
He has to be.
And then he's going to leave, and then we're like, oh, what the fuck just happened? And then Turbo Gray's going to tell us something, and then we're going to learn a whole bunch, and then we're going to be on to the next arc.
Yeah, bye. This is bad. When Turbo Granny says things are bad, it's bad.
I love when arcs end like very climactic, just huge, and then we just go to the next thing. Kind of like what we did with the globalist arc. Like, it makes you anticipate things more once they come back into the story. So it's always fun.
Agreed.
But all right, I guess I'll let you get into this last one, man. The new last.
All right, guys. So we have decided to extend tonight's stream by one chapter per a recommendation from our boy Sherm. I will go ahead and quickly try to pull it up. What I am talking about is our Discord. So if you'd like to leave us recommendations, if you'd like to talk to us, anything outside of a typical live stream format, we'd love to, just experience these series with you guys as much as possible. So I will go ahead and copy our Discord link into the chat. Feel free to join. We will welcome you accordingly. And then we have other series on the channel that we are also loving. Haikyuu which we will soon be done with season 3, thinking probably end of the week. And then we are also catching up on our backlog. We have My Hero Academia Vigilantes coming up in a few weeks, Fire Force season 3 in a few weeks, and then come the summertime, we'll have Squid Game, the final season, on the channel. We will have Gachiakuta. We will have the second season of Dandadan, because we'll still react to it. We love this series. The anime did take some liberties, but was incredible. That got us on this whole train to begin with. But that's enough of a delay. Let me get into chapter 157, Masamichi Bega. How did you save me? I already said I wasn't gonna tell you. Not gonna tell a moron who throws himself into a river. If someone is drowning, they have about 10 seconds. You've got to get their head out of the water as soon as possible. Well, if you end up drowning too, then what's the point? Alright, going to the daughter and wife's graves. Thanks for this. It's a real nice grave you made them. Or it's Zuma's family. Headstone, Zuma family grave. Alright, the umbrella, the galoshes. Got some incense, praying. We never had any money. Every single thing my kid brother, Futa, had was a hand-me-down from me. But my mom felt so bad for him, so she bought him an umbrella and rubber boots. He was, like, super happy about them. So much that he carried that umbrella and wore those boots every day, even on sunny days. How to trigger a fandom? Just an umbrella and yellow rubber boots. If you showed up to a Comic-Con with this, oh my god, you would get so many interactions. No matter how bad things got, he'd always have a huge grin on his face. And somehow, that made me feel better. For both me and my mom. His presence was like the sun. I see you, Oda. Clan of D. The chosen one, Nika Nika. So when Futa died, my mom just gave up. I wasn't enough for her. I should have been the one to die. Survivor's guilt. Both him and the police officer probably feel that. That won't do. You absolutely must not die. Got it? Alright, he's finally doing the itadakimasu before the meal. Alright, she wakes up finally. Cough, cough. Zuma. Okarun, the police officer, Rokaru. What is it you think you're doing? Oh, he is just like limp, lifeless out of this thing. You fools! Are you people denying him his freedom to destroy? Unji, hold on. We're going to make you open your eyes. If you mean to say you're still confused, then I'll slap some sense into you. Come back, Unji. Don't let that asshole beat you. Shit. Officer. Also, very reminiscent of Sanji and Zeph. I promise that is the last One Piece reference I will make today. That's a lie. I'll probably make another. This is not very good, is it? Pew! Shoots off umbrella, rocket. Unfortunately, this is as far as this goes. I mustn't let that policeman get any closer to him. His mind control works far too well on him. Unji! Fare thee well. If you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving the cursed trunk now. Damn it, stop trying to run away, you coward. Okarun, Miss Ayase, are you okay? You shouldn't be overexerting yourself. I'm sorry, Okarun. This was my fault. I undid all the seals, and now he's the one who gets to fly out of here, while the rest of us remain trapped. Please don't apologize. If I'd been in your place, I'd have done the same thing. It'll be okay. We'll sort this out somehow, and I swear, we'll get Zuma back too. That said, I apologize for getting here so late. Okay. What the hell you standing around for, you shitheads? I won't be the only one forced to do the work here, you numbskulls. Ah! You heard us. We'll show you, you bastard. Turbo Granny, did you contact the class rep? The class rep? She's on standby overhead right now. It's too dangerous. Why did you bring her here? So we can get out of this cursed trunk, of course. Oh, that's a Serpo phone. Moshi Moshi. Answer me, Rin, you bird brain. Bird brain. Oh, yes, I can hear you. We're all set here. We did not get the panel. Come on. Just like, I want to see the panel. I want to be able to talk about it. No, but great. I guess continuation is the word. I was going to say finale to the arc. I think we still have one more volume. Volume 19 concludes it before it gets on to the next one. But yeah, great chapter. Anything I want to say more on it? I think relatively straightforward. Oh, I do want to mention I did read over it. I did not explicitly state it, but for the record, that Zuma crying panel on page 6 is just so great. Much like, and I said I lied, I'll make another One Piece reference. Much like Oda, I love the way that Tatsu showcases emotion, crying in this series from its characters. It just hits. And then again with the motif of crying, Momo wakes up because I think she did get some of those memories, a spiritual connection type of thing. How do we defeat this thing, man? I don't know. He is going through it. It's kind of like a Voldemort on the bottom of page 15, to where this yokai card is in the back of Zuma's head. All right, so maybe that panel is them breaking out of the wicker box, which would be insane. But with that being said, I will go ahead and get Vontae in here for his reaction. He's probably thinking to himself, what the heck's going on in this one? Oh yeah, another cross promotion that I forgot to talk about is once we finish Dandadan and are on a week-to-week basis, we will be doing the same volume catch-up strategy for Chainsaw Man. We do have to familiarize ourselves with the content from season 1, myself included, because I do not remember almost anything from Chainsaw Man. But yeah, that is next up on the agenda after we catch up. Muted.
That was embarrassing. I was trying to do a chainsaw noise.
What is blood doing over there?
The muted devil. All right.
Last one. It was worth one more tonight. It was a good stopping point.
Cool. Also, with their dynamic, though, once again, too, I didn't even think. I mean, it's the obvious, but like police officer and delinquent. That's cool. It's ironic. That's what makes the dynamic even more special too. All right. The other thing too, do we even know dude's name? Oh no, this is police officer. If I missed it, probably not. That'd be hilarious if that's literally just his name. Like we're not, or not hilarious. It might be sad. Whatever. Anyway, chapter 157. Masamiti Vega. Okay. How did you save me? I already said I wasn't going to tell you. Not going to tell a moron who throws himself into a river. If someone is drowning, they have about 10 seconds. You got to get their head. You got to get their head out of the water as soon as possible. Well, if you end up drowning too, then what's the point? Okay, visiting the grave. Okay, I see why you're saying this is a good stopping point. I guess they can get some better closure with their families, maybe. or just with the dead in general, but probably with their families. Thanks for this. It's a real nice grave you made them. With the umbrella, the boots. Wow. Damn. Headstones, family grave, Zuma family grave. Man. Praying. Never had any money. Every single thing my kid brother Futa had was a hand me down for me. But my mom felt so bad for him, so she bought him an umbrella and rubber boots. So there goes the two umbrella thing. So literally, with what you was saying about both of there being two umbrellas, the hand me down one obviously, which is his and his brother's, his own. He was like super happy about things, so much that he carried that umbrella and wore those boots every day, even on sunny days. No matter how bad things got, he'd always have a huge grin on his face, and somehow that made me feel better. For both me and my mom, his presence was like the sun. So when Futa died, my mom just gave up. I wasn't enough for her. I should have been the one to die. You're like, nope, don't say that. Put his hand on his head. That won't do. You absolutely must not die. Got it. I love this. Like, the writing here is, you know what? I think this has been the best writing Tatsu has given us. The reason why I'm saying that right now is because he's still continuing on, like, realistic, just like in real life. He is still going with this whole thing with Zuma and his mom and how it's affecting him. In most series, they kind of like leave it as it is, and then he's just like focusing on his brother dying. But it's also, he feels like, damn, like my mom gave up on me, and that's literally what happened. I like that we're seeing him deal with that. It's very realistic. I love that a lot, and it sucks. That kind of got me choked up a little bit because no kids. My thing when it comes to children in real life and stories is just like the stuff that kids should obviously not have to deal with. I hate to see when kids have to deal with it. That's just I hate that. I can internalize that. When they walk off, having dinner, we thank you for this meal. Oh, and then Momo wakes up. Did she see the memories too? Did all of them see? It's crazy. I love how, like, just seeing how they all look, it made me forget about what, like, we're in this backstory and whatnot, and we're just seeing them all messed up, bloodied up, bruised up. Damn. What is it? Oh, fuck. This fucker right here. You think you're doing? Wait. What is it you think you're doing, you fools? Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you people denying him his freedom to destroy? You know what I just thought about? It's probably not the case. What if Sanjime did some kind of manipulation to Zuma's mom that got her to do that? Because he knew that it would create someone like him, just like what happened to that other guy before that killed the police officer's wife and daughter, to create like the perfect vessel of hatred, filling somebody with hatred to use them. Kind of like in, a lot of series, like My Hero, Awful, and Shigaraki, and then even with like something else to remind me of. A lot of series about like vessels and using them. But anyway, Unji, hold on. We're going to make you open your eyes. If you mean to say you're still confused, then I'll slap some sense into you. Come back, Unji. Don't let that asshole beat you. Please don't die, please, officer. Shit, officer. This is not very good, is it? Okay, umbrella going in the air. Unfortunately, this is as far as this goes. I mustn't let that policeman get any closer to him. His mind control works far too well on him. Unji, fare thee well. If you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving the cursed trunk now. Damn it. Stop trying to run away, you coward. Okudun, Mr. Yase, are you okay? You shouldn't be overexerting yourself. I'm sorry, Okudun. This was my fault. I undid all the seals, and now he's the one who gets to fly out of here, while the rest of us remain trapped. Please don't apologize. If I'd been in your place, I'd done the same thing. It'll be okay. We'll sort this out somehow, and I swear we'll get Zuma back too. That said, I apologize for getting here so late. Okay. What the hell are you standing around for, you shitheads? I won't be the only one forced to do the work here, you numbskulls. You heard us. We'll show you, you bastard. Turbo Granny, did you contact her class rep? Class rep? She's on. I forgot about that. She's on standby. Overheard. Oh, wow, this is so cool. She's on standby. Overhead right now. It's too dangerous. Why did you bring her here? So we can get out of this cursed trunk, of course. Oh, that's a circle phone. Hello? Hello? Answer me, Ren, you bird brain. Bird brain. Oh, yes, I can hear you. We're all set here. Nice. Okay. And because she did talk about the black cloth, she said, when they asked her, she was like, does the game have the black cloth on it around there? Said, what black cloth? We got the cloth. We here.
Now it does.
Damn, this is a great spell. Damn. This is too good. Yo.
I had a thought while I was reading. What if that panel is Umbrella Boy, Card, Yokai, Zuma, Fusion trying to break through the barrier?
Oh, so the barrier that the panel that we see, you think that's that? Maybe. Especially since it's like this whole game and then real world, and yeah, you might see some different dimensional stuff, space. This is perfect, man. This writing here was too good. Too damn good.
For me, it's like the police officer is still in his human form, bloodied, battered. He's like, Unji, hold on. We're going to save you. He doesn't have any supernatural powers, as far as we know. He's just a regular dude. He's doing his best. Doing his best to save his adopted son.
That's just so sad, though. He felt that his mom thought that he was not enough for her, and then he like, it should have been me. I hate that. Like, that's the shit that gets me when it's like when children are able to. I know he's like 17 here or whatever. He's still he's a kid. He's a fucking kid. So as a kid, it's when you are able to understand a certain predicament, especially from another person's perspective, because this is a pet peeve of mine, guys. When it comes to, and I know everybody has their own things going on in their head, but I've always said that people should be able to at least try to understand other people's perspectives or point of views, whether it's just simply an opinion on the internet, in person, anything, just somebody else's perspective, to at least get into somebody else, fill their shoes to understand them a little bit. I mean, that's just naturally supposed to. We're social creatures. We should be able to do that. So when it gets to this point, though, for a child to feel this way, and not only is he, like, usually when the character says, or a person says, I should have been the one to die, it's like, oh, well, obviously, no, you shouldn't. And I even said that too, like, no. But the fact prior when he says, like, he felt like he wasn't enough for his mom, which is true. It's not just how he feels. It's literally what his mom practically did. Like, I know she's going through.
It was the reason why she chose to do what she did, because you were not enough. You were not enough to continue living on with just the two of you.
Exactly, and by default, it's like, well, I'm taking us both out.
Supposed to take that.
So, like, this is different from a lot of stuff that I've read where people just blame themselves for something that's obviously not their fault. But for him, it's not just about himself; it's about how his mom, what her decision was based off of what happened to the family. Not just something that he did, like, oh, he didn't save his brother or something, and he could have. Like, other stories have stuff like that, where it's like, no, it's not your fault. There's a lot of different things that happen, different variables that happen where you weren't able to do that. Like, obviously, like with the whole river situation, if you were there, you wouldn't have been able to. And just like with the other kid, when the police officer saved you, you probably would have drowned too. Like,
you both would have drowned. That helps.
Exactly. So, and then that's those situations. But in this one, it's like, for him to feel like that, it's like he shouldn't even. Absolutely shouldn't feel like that. That's my point. A lot of times, characters like, okay, I can see why they say that, even if they're completely just wrong, they're just bullshit, and they're not, But he absolutely shouldn't even have to say that because his mom did what she did, and it sucks. That hit me different.
I get it. And then the police officer being there with him when he admitted that, because the police officer, I'm sure, went through that exact same thought process. It should have been me. Like, I'm a police officer. I protect people. I stop the bad guys, and I wasn't able to stop the bad guy that hurt me the most, that harmed my wife and child. I was supposed to be a hero, right? That's what my daughter said. No, I wasn't able to save you. He had to go through all those self-doubt, all those survivor guilt thoughts just as himself.
I'm just looking at the category 6, page 6 and 7. Because, like, literally, what if it was him that died? Would his mom have reacted? Maybe, but we don't know.
God forbid her mom, or his mom. God forbid his mom would have did that with Futa. Futa would have been strong enough to rip the hand away. Then all three of you are dead. Then the whole family's dead.
So it's that shit sucks, man.
And not just because of the fact that this arc, this portion of the story, at least the flashback, ends with a grave and an object at the grave. This gave me very strong Arlong Park vibes. Nami at the end, Bellamere. You have the object at the gravesite, and even the guy. I love how Tatsu draws like emotional or crying faces, just like Oda. There's so much humanity in them.
Damn. I'm gonna say, like I already said it when I was reading it. I think this is the best writing that I've seen from Tatsu, because everything is just it's so neatly done. Like this is. Remember how I always said, like, I know Tatsu is not at his peak when it comes to like some kind of writing or whatever. This is like a glimpse of what peak is for him.
Agreed.
Like this is as near the top. Like, and I love Momola stuff. I love GG stuff. But this one, it came out of nowhere. The dynamics, like he doesn't have to do too much build up for them. Like it wasn't really a lot of build up at all. It was just we knew that something with Unji and his umbrella. He didn't tell Momo when she asked, so like, what's the situation? And then officer out of nowhere, we was like, it was just some gag character, really. Yeah. And like, how do you do that? Someone will win the lottery. They bet these two.
Manu, thank you for the comment. We appreciate it. Thankfully, you did enjoy our reaction. Next stream will likely be, what you thinking, this upcoming Sunday? I will say there is a possibility it could be the next Tuesday, because Volume 19 was just released as a low-res image. I guess we could still do it Sunday, and I can change the thumbnail afterwards, but our kind of style with the volumes that have been released, the volume covers, behind me, obviously. But, so it'll either be Sunday, about 2 p.m. Eastern, or next Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
I can't wait till they are part of the cast without having to deal with this this traumatic shit here. Like how these characters are interacting.
Do you think Zuma will transfer to the school, or do you think that's a little too cliche? You think he'll just kind of do his own thing in the background? Do you think he'll be like a friend but not a part of the crew?
I said this before. I think that every kid that we're gonna meet will be at the school, just because it's so fun. It's funny, it's kind of a gag in itself, and it works. But he'll be with the gang, but maybe I don't know. He can work either way, whether he's like just comes in different times or he's like with us a lot. I want to see Mr. Shrimp and Officer in the same, because they're like the same kind. They cut from the same cloth, man. They really are.
Oh goodness. best dads. Best dads.
Yes. Damn, man. How the hell does Officer become...
still with his convenience store apron on, with his not a gun, laser beam scanner.
Now he has a family. He got kicked out. He said, "Yeah, nah, you gotta get out of here."
And so now he's a lost sheep, and he's gonna find out friendship. The whole conversation he had with Momo. I don't understand humans. I don't understand you. Well, here's a way to learn. If you have this stern police officer and this idiot alien, which is kind of an enigma because he has nanotech, but regardless, you get what I mean.
Maybe Zuma can work there, since they keep talking about him like he's going to be 18, and transfer
at the convenience store or at the police office.
Yeah, either or, maybe both. He might start probably whichever one. I think he's going to land a job wherever.
Okay.
Obviously, police makes more sense because of everything about him, his character, but
plus he has yokai abilities. He's going to stop every criminal.
And I was thinking about Sakamoto days, working at the convenience store and like delinquent. Well, he wasn't necessarily Shin wasn't a delinquent. Well, more than that.
An outcast, let's just say.
But damn, this was good. I see why. Dual react. Soul volume. Part 1, part 2.
It was a good recommendation. So shout out to our boy Sherm for suggesting that we do this. Normally, guys, we will alternate every chapter of a volume, maybe pick 1 or 2 for us to dual react to. This was so concentrated, again, of a emotional story for this volume. It was recommended that we both dual react to all the chapters. So we did that with the Vamola one. We did it with the Zuma one. We might have to do it with some of the new stuff that's been coming out because the new chapters have been insane. Because I have gotten a few spoilers, again, full disclosure, but yeah, Dandadan, it's such a journey.
Yeah. I know we say this a lot. I know a lot of people say this a lot. Oh, this manga is a refresher. It is. It's different. The only thing that we compared to mostly was like One Piece, and there's not a lot of any really no series that is only like very minute, just very small or very minuscule comparisons. This one has a lot.
Well, and even with those comparisons, I think I made like 6 or 7 of them in the stream. It's like this is its own thing. I don't think I've ever seen a story that has melded together the supernatural, the alien aspect. Like, we're just talking about a human type of story. These characters, they feel real to me. And that is the best compliment I can give a series. Is if the characters, I can connect to them, I can empathize with them. I want to see them succeed. I don't want things to happen to them that upsets me because it hurts the characters. Even the romance aspect, which we have not talked about in the slightest in like 2 volumes, it's a great aspect of this series. The romance is something that I can recommend someone like, oh, you like romance? Well, if you like something and it's a little bit weird, you can pick this series up.
Even in this chapter with Okudun, like making sure Momo's safe, reassuring her, like that's another step up. We haven't really seen Okudun do that specifically. Maybe once, but like this was different. Yeah. Then, like I said, once we get into his backstory and her, that's crazy. Like the way to explore everybody else before your main characters, that's always fun.
And I know that Turbo Granny is currently on our side. Assuming everything goes well, what do you think she asked of Okuru? Do you think she asked for her powers back? Because she did say anything to save Momo.
Right. To save.
Anything. It could be something stupid like go catch
some crabs. Yeah. Maybe it's really 50-50. It could be that. Or if it's not that, what would my answer be?
I think it's also
power
going to depend
situation.
on what happens with Sanjime coming back into the story now that this yokai is coming out of the wicker box. Wicker basket.
It could be the power thing because he got both his balls back. Right? Yeah.
Officially.
Yeah. So
full 100% battery.
So obviously, if he did transfer it to her, like the powers to her, I obviously think he's going to get it back at some point. I just wonder how that would work.
You think
would she like just
normal
give
for
it
a while? That'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
So no powers.
You know what? I think that's what it was foreshadowed. Him coming up with the plan with the heater with Rokudu, like that was kind of foreshadowing that.
I'm so slow.
This guy's using my smarts, and it works because I mean he is very smart. So,
well, technically speaking, we haven't gotten into this yet. Could he do a spiritual bond with a secondary yokai? Is it like permanently fused to his aura? Is it only, like what a redeem of one coupon per person type of thing?
Or he's like limited. Maybe he has like just a little bit. If he were to transfer, he would still have like a little bit. Or maybe she did something where if he dies, then they can just transfer to him because he has a little bit of it still within him. Just like how
there's still so much we don't know about how Turbo Granny works, and we still have not gotten back to the fact that her Turbo Neko form enacts good luck to those around her. Can she have two powers in her form? What if they go to give her back? He's like, sure, fine, thank you so much. And then she's like, what the heck, Turd Nugget? Where's my powers? I tried.
You know what I thought about too? The whole thing with the Void and yokai. So we talked about this a while back that like if she gets her power back and dies, we forget about her. I think she would do something where she would give like maybe a little essence of her power to him. They will forget about her, but he would extend her legacy. And maybe he might remember her, but everybody else won't. Or he just doesn't, and no one does. But the legacy is still there.
We still don't know how the Void erases other people's memories.
And hey, that would be pretty ironic too, because if our theory is correct about like his parents and erasing his memories, the one thing that he actually will always remember for some reason is Turbo Granny. Because
I am
her spirit
the yokai.
Because I think she would do that. It's like, you know what, Turbo Granny, that is a title. It's not just me. It's a title. So,
I am the speed.
Because even that one chapter that said Umbrella Boy versus Turbo Granny, like that was the title of that one chapter last in part one.
The whole chapter.
Right. So maybe she would probably does look at it like that. Well, if you guys forget about me, I'm gonna leave my legacy behind. So I still exist, whether you don't remember me or not. If that works like that, probably not. I mean, she's done some shit that, from what it seems, she's doing shit that's way different that probably doesn't happen often. At least with her and Okudo
in uncharted waters. I don't think yokai's ever had their powers separated from a body and put into another body and get new power. Like, again, this is off the reservation.
And then I bet it's something that yokai have wanted to do in a certain way, and they just never could. And she was so happy to be able to do it. But I feel like it has to do with Okudo. Because, once again, she did this and then ended up, like, backfiring, essentially. So, I think it has to do with it.
Again, I really want to know her end game. I need more conversations between her, Dodoria. I need to know who Dodoria is. I need to know who Okudo is. So many questions, and I am here for the ride, whether it takes 50 chapters or 1,000.
Oh, man.
Honestly, do you guys think that this could be, again, we made a lot of references to One Piece today. Do you think this could be a series that is the length of One Piece? At where we're at in the story now, absolutely. I feel like it could go on for 600, 800 chapters.
I think it could be half. I mean, I think it obviously can be more. Yeah, I think it could be as much, but I would really hope just for it to just go past 450. You know, I think we deserve that. We deserve something past 450. You know,
just beat out My Hero, beat out Haikyuu,
yeah,
JJK.
yep,
Those were about 430, 450, but
we
make it
deserve
to
that.
chapter 500 or more.
Man, imagine this in the anime. Oh my god, the direction. Like I said, it's gonna be like episode 7 all over again with more to it.
Literally, I am picturing in my head you are going to hear rain, and that is how the episode's going to end. It's going to be a black sploosh, cut, fade to black.
Yep. You gonna hear the train, and then
Oh no, not the horn or the train coming down the track. They have sound effects. I think they have sound effects in the train is now arriving at the station.
Oh, who do you think Zuma's VA would be, or who would you want it to be Zuma's VA? I didn't think about that.
You're gonna laugh at me, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Laugh at you, huh? Like it's joking. Is a joke of a pick, or it's like
No, it's a serious pick, but
it's
I
like
think I'll
obvious.
just laugh. Yeah.
What, Yuki Kaji?
No, well, that would be awesome. I was thinking Connie's VA, Dobby's.
I can see that or hear that.
Okay.
Brains floosh. No, stop, Sharp. No, that's not how they're gonna. No, absolutely fucking not.
Then we get the panel.
Dun, 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 dun. No.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
An
In a
intro.
different way.
That's a good pick though. I like that one a lot.
I think he has enough of like
And in the
vulnerability
range.
about him. He has, you know, that mature, I've been scorned by the world type of voice. So that would be my pick. Although Yuki Kaji would hurt. Oh my god. I could also see it being Yuki Kaji because when they go into this, whatever this form is, you just hear that scream from, I'm going to call him Aaron. Yuki Kaji or Aaron.
Bakugo's VA. He be working. And delinquent, you know,
he
kind
does
of
have the softness about his voice, though.
And he does have that too. But I don't know. I really get. I was just joking about Yuki Kaji, but I could really hear that. When he talks like normal tone, not like, you know, getting all ragey and stuff.
The umbrella scene, that's going to be pretty cool with him and Momo. Right, that's pretty much it for me. I am tired.
Yeah, this is great, man. Like, I won't. Okay, here's what I'll say. This is my favorite backstory. I'm not gonna say it's the best. I'll have to reread and just take it all in again. But it's my favorite.
I think so too.
This hurts. Revisiting this is going to suck. Nope. I can't do it. But we'll see what happens next.
This is going to get the same type of numbers as episode 7 did.
Yes.
Know it.
But yep, that's it on my end as well. So you can send this off.
All right, guys. I did cross promotion earlier. Please join us next Sunday around 2 p.m. Eastern or next Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern for Volume 19. We'll be doing about 8 chapters worth because that'll be the next volume. Hopefully there is a high-def version of the volume cover before then. If not, I have another idea. But we do have Haikyuu dropping tomorrow, Friday. Friday is Fly High. So a much-needed endorphin boost from tonight's somber stream.
No, Fly High Umbrella. I just ruined it. Oh, wow.
With that being said, as Vontae likes to say, stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean, stay dry. We'll see you in the next video or stream, and peace.
Peace.